overdose of spice and seasoning and flavor.
Welcome back inside the Now Morning Show. Hope you're feeling all right and you've been enjoying the information we've been sharing with you so far, broadcasting to you live from the Queen's Park Savannah at Agri Expo 2024. This morning I'm chatting with PR Executive at Novo Farms Limited, Mr. Larry Holder. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Rokas, and good morning to all the viewers on TTT. Firstly, let me just say thank you for inviting us to be here this morning.
Thank you for waking up this early and coming down. I know you have a busy weekend ahead as we're getting ready for the Agri Expo opening today.
You are very correct. It is a busy weekend, but you can't want to be productive in the agricultural sector and be unwilling to wake up early and start today.
That's a very, very good point, you know. Very, very good point. Tell me a little bit about Novo Farms.
So Novo Farms is a division of the Novo International Group, and we try to be innovative in everything that we do. But in addition to that, we try to be, let's just say, a bit of a disruptive force. We want to do things that other persons are not willing to try, and we also want to make our country proud. I am the son of a sugar worker. My chairman is the son of a sugar worker, and one of the other founders is also the son of a sugar worker. We believe in agriculture, but we don't think that agriculture needs to be limited to sand and soil. We think that there's so much more that could be done. And the vision that our chairman had was to take our indigenous products and put it in a format where it can be exported and help reduce the wage bill for the country when it comes to the import bill, for all the different food products that we bring in. And also try to make the country a little bit more well known when it comes to our instant products.
Right.
We know instant coffee, we know instant mac and cheese, we know instant ramen. It's time for the entire world to know about instant Trinidad and Tobago products like dal, callaloo, tomato choker, baigan choker, and brand new on the market, no one has tasted it as yet outside of our internal staff, Caribbean oil dung.
So when you say instant Caribbean oil dung, I take this out of this pack, I put it in boiling water, I assume.
Yeah, basically you put it into a bowl, you remove there's an oxygen absorber in the pack, you remove that. Once you place it into the bowl, you pour your water in and slowly stir. In a minute or two, you have Caribbean oil dung.
But the best part about oil dung is the big chunks of breadfruit. You wouldn't have that, it'd be smaller chunks,
You
I
get
imagine.
smaller chunks,
Right.
correct. So it's basically, we follow all the traditional methods of preparation using the type of ingredients we all grew up with.
Right.
There are zero preservatives in our products.
Okay.
We do not believe in adding preservatives. We do not add MSG.
So how do you keep it fresh in the pack so that whenever I buy it or whenever it's exported and people buy it, that they get the full flavor without it spoiling?
So basically, when it comes to preservation, there are different ways people can do things, right? And of course, you try to do things in a way that is safe so that number one, you don't take away from the nutritional content. Number two, you ensure that the end user, the consumer, has the most authentic experience possible, and we try to use a method that works in that way. Of course, I can't go into the specifics of it, but I can tell you that we use trusted methods, and because our products have to be exported, we test locally and internationally to ensure that we meet the highest possible food grade standards.
All right, so you were here at the Agri Expo 2022, if I'm not mistaken, yeah? Tell me about your experience then and why you decided to come back.
So let me just say that the Agri Expo 2022 happened at the right time.
Yeah.
This was a point where the nation needed to get back out. People needed to interact. We were at a point where everybody was doing this silly elbow thing.
Yeah.
And we needed to get away from that and get families out doing things that are safe but also educational. And that gave us that opportunity to be part of that. We came out, we brought our products, and we wanted the general public, the customers, the consumers to tell us what they thought of our products.
And what was the feedback you got?
Wow. I am humbled and my paws will raise if I talk about it, but we had persons from throughout the region coming in, trying our sweet potato fries, our instant chokers, and persons were in shock when they realized the level of flavor. In fact, with the baigan choker, people were shocked that when they smell it, they're getting smoke. something that they did not think you can get in a pack.
Yeah.
But of course, it is possible. And we actually met some of the retailers we use now.
Okay.
At the Agri Expo in 2022, we met some of the suppliers we use now. Because let me just let you know, everything, all our inputs, 100% local.
Okay, so
We
you
don't-
have no challenge at sourcing the raw materials to be able to put these things together?
I would not say we don't have any challenges. There will always be a level of challenge because when you're dealing with fresh produce, you will have to deal with the climate.
Right.
So certain times you will find that we may not be able to put out as much of certain things. So for example, tomatoes is very much affected by rain.
Yeah.
So what we try to do is do as much as possible during the certain seasons to ensure we're able to consistently supply the demand, both locally and internationally.
So earlier this morning, I had a conversation with another gentleman who does microgreens, and he was saying that part of his challenge is sourcing seedlings locally, so he had to go abroad in some cases.
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking about when I mean the raw materials. So you mentioned, yes, the seasonal stuff, I understand that.
Yeah.
But is there even enough of a supply for you to be able to do what you need to do?
Based on the current, our current market that we are facilitating, yes, it could be done. Should we reach a point, and I do see, based on our projections and what I've been seeing in our sales reports and the new customers that we know we're going to make from this Agri Expo, we are going to reach a point where certain things may need to happen in terms of boosting the production capacity. But I can tell you that in terms of our production facility, where we were 2 years ago and where we are now, we can do 400% more products than we could before.
And is that as a result of the networking that would have happened here at the Agri Expo?
That was a part of it,
Yeah.
but also part of the vision of the company and the chairman is to ensure that we're able to supply and meet the demand so that like a customer should not have to call us and say, hey, I've not had this product for 2 weeks, what's going on? We want to put things in a place, and we've done that recently where our customers, as soon as they reach out, they get their products.
Nice. And tell me about the feedback when it comes to the actual sale of the item. I know off air before we were discussing the difference between the markets when it comes to the local market versus what the foreigners want, what the locals want. How have you been able to manage that the differences in the markets?
So it's been quite interesting because different products, they have different stories they could give.
Right.
Our tomato choker sells out within days whenever it shows up in any retail outlet.
Nice.
It's something that it's a bit shocking because it's something that a lot of people will criticize and say, oh, this is not like the original, it's not natural, wherever. But guess what? It sells all the time.
Right.
And the persons who try the product never have negative things to say. Persons who, and when we do sampling, live sampling, the bygone choker, people are always blown away, like I mentioned earlier, with the smell.
Yeah.
My personal favorites are the dal and the callaloo. But recently, you see this corn soup. This corn soup has been a hit. And I can't wait for persons to try the Caribbean oil down, which they can try for the first time at the Agri Expo here in the Queen's Park Savannah.
Nice, fantastic. What do you hope to get out of this expo this year?
We want to connect more with our consumers, not just customers, but consumers. We want to interact with them. We want to get their feedback.
Yeah.
If they think that maybe we can add another product to the lineup, sure, we want to hear your feedback. If they think that maybe we could export to other markets, we want to get that feedback. Also, we want to chat with other retailers who may be here.
Yeah.
We want to chat with different supermarkets that we may not already be present in. Granted, I will tell you, we're in all the major supermarkets at the moment and gourmet stores. But if there's someone else coming onto the market, come chat with us.
Nice.
If it is someone here is running a hotel and they want our products, come
That's a
chat
very,
with us.
very
We
good idea.
will
Yeah, man.
put things in place, and not just locally, but we also want to satisfy the regional and international demand. And let me not get ahead of myself, but we currently export to the United Kingdom, mainly the London area, the Greater Toronto area, the Greater New York area, and South Florida.
Nice, man. Well, Larry, let me say thank you for joining us this morning, and congratulations on what you've been able to achieve so far, and we look forward to seeing Novo Farms continue to grow.
Thanks. We look forward to doing our very best to make Trinidad and Tobago proud, because at the end of the day, that should be the goal of every citizen in our lovely country.
Amen to that. Ladies and gentlemen, Larry Holder, the PR executive of Novo Farms Limited, sharing a little bit with us of their products, their live products, and as well telling us what we have in store for the Agri Expo 2024. Let's take a quick break. We are coming to you live from the Queen's Park Savannah here in Port of Spain.